Hey guys, in today's lesson, we're going to take a little bit of a step out of the traditional nutrition lessons, and I'm going to show you a behind the scenes look at what I do each week to help coach and move you guys along through this program. I want you to see through my eyes what I look at each week whenever I delve deeper into each one of your logs. And as you can see, we're going to use Teresa Knoll, and for those of you again who don't know, that's Turbo, who you see dominating the step challenge each and every week. She's been nice enough to allow me to utilize her nutrition logs and this coaching page to help show everybody what I do, and then I thought it would also be a good idea for you to see how somebody who's lost now over 114 pounds, what some of their nutrition logs and things look like on a regular basis. So anyhow, when I open up my coaching page, this is what I see first. And what I have set up here is a way for me to populate this box with everybody in the program, and I can go through and open up each one of your pages individually. I can see who you are and a nice picture there for those of you who've uploaded a picture. I can put a name and a face together, which is so cool on my end since I don't get to see you guys personally. I get to see where you're from, what groups I have you in. I get to see what your goals are. I can take a quick look to make sure that I know what calorie range that you're in, what your starting weight was when the program began, what your current weight is now, how much weight you've lost, what you're averaging with your steps, and then I also look at this. Almost the first thing my eyes look at is to see how long ago you logged on to the website. So I want to see if you're active or inactive, and I can easily see that. The middle box here shows me all of our contacts together since the program has begun. So I can see every conversation that we had, how many times we emailed each other back and forth. I could easily put my cursor in here, type you a message. I can attach a file to that message or a video that some of you have seen me do now since the program started. On the right-hand side is how I send your reports. So from this whole area, I can assign what letter grade I want to give you for each objective. I can upload a video and post that to your account so that you can see me going through your logs and making any comments and suggestions that I want to. And as you can see, Teresa is a very good student, and she does everything that I ask on a regular basis, and I don't believe that she's ever scored anything lower than an A+ since we started. Nope, she hasn't. So that's how I begin each week's coaching session, as I go through, and this is the first page that I come to. Now, there's a more powerful page that I'll look at every time that I open up your pages, and this is my coaching module that I have. And what this page does is it allows me to see everything about your prior week in one quick glimpse so that I can go in and micromanage and assess this a little bit better if I find anything that I don't like or if something strikes me as odd. So again, I can see you and everything about you here on the left-hand side. One of the first things that I do after I look to see when the last time was that you logged in is I'll take a look at your calendar and see what assignments you've been doing and not doing. And again, this one's just like yours, where I can see very easily by looking at these icons. If they're grayed out, I know you've completed the assignment. If they are bold and dark, I know that those are assignments that you have not done yet. Another thing that I quickly always scan is to see what your current weigh-in has been. For those of you who are losing weight, I'm looking for what you see here, a nice perfectly straight line in the downward position as you go across here. And you can see since we started this program and Turbo's been logging her stuff in the same challenge as you all are in, she's only had 1 week where she's been up. So it's been a nice, easy, steady weight loss the whole way through up to this point, and she's lost over 27 pounds since we've began this whole thing. At the bottom, I can take a very quick look at your calorie intake over the last 10 days. And this chart I look at all the time. And what this allows me to do is you can see there's this little blue line that goes across, and that's your lower calorie goal range. So what I'm looking for is, whenever I take a quick glimpse at this, is I'm looking to see each one of these bars above that blue line. And whenever they're not above that blue line, I'll come up here and I'll look to see what days that wasn't and see what you did or did not do well inside of that day. The steps graph here is another thing that I take a real quick look at. Again, the blue line indicates 10,000 steps per day, and the easiest thing that I do is just look at this and say, okay, if this bar was above that line, you did your job, because I want you guys to get 10,000 steps in each day. When I see that, then I know that you're doing good, and I don't really have to delve any more deeply into that, especially whenever I see what your step average is over the course of your logging. This other middle section here allows me to see over the last however many days that I decide that I want to look at what your average calorie intake is inside of each breakfast, snack, lunch, and dinners. So what I like to see is balance throughout the day. I like to see that each one of these meals and snacks has some kind of calorie nutritional numbers in here, because when they don't, or if I see that they're extraordinarily low on a regular basis, I know that you're not eating those. So I can come in here and see how many grams of fiber that you average for your breakfast and for your snack, lunches, right down through the line, your calcium, all the components that we track. This is a very powerful box that I look at to help you make some adjustments from within each meal and snack. Down below is showing me what you do on a bigger picture, on a daily picture. So on Tuesday, Turbo here had 1,589 calories and all of the other nutrients that she had for that day. And then I can easily take a look down here to see how many smiley faces or green, how many red frowny faces or green smiley faces I see, which allows me to instantly make some adjustments if I don't like something that you're doing. And some of you may be scratching your head because you see there's a red smiley here for Turbo's calories, and you can see that she actually averages over what she should for her calorie budget. And you can still take a look here at this weight loss graph, which is incredible, and that's just because of how much activity that she does. She can actually go over her calorie budget and still lose weight at the rate that she does because of how many steps that she takes and all the other exercise that she does. On the far right-hand side is what I use to make those fine adjustments whenever I suggest things or when I don't see different meal components getting added on a regular basis. This is how I know on a real quick picture what you're doing. So up here I can choose whether or not I want to look at your breakfast, your snack ones, lunches, snack twos, dinners, or snack threes, and then it populates however many days I have picked here that I get to see. So for the last 7 days, these are all of Turbo's 7-day breakfasts choices, and I go through and I analyze all those, and I look for those components that we talk about. I look for a 100% whole grain. I look for a protein source. I look for some fruit. I look for that flax, and when I don't see it on a regular basis is when I comment and suggest inside of your reports what I did and did not like. Now, if I see a common thread within days, I can click on any one day here, and what this will do is bring up that whole day's nutrition plan like you see it on your page. So here's Turbo's Mondays nutrition logs, and I can come in here real quickly and take a look at all of those different meals and snacks from within that one day and comment and suggest on anything I did or did not like. So that's what I do, guys. That's how I quickly analyze what you've done. If there's some red flags that I see on the page, I'll go inside of each day, each meal or snack, and look to see what I did and did not like about it, and then I comment and suggest on that. And over time, I like to see you guys making those different changes from within that, and that's what I do. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I thought that this would be something that you'd like to see, how I see your logs and things like that on one easy page, and ways that I just quickly analyze everything and make those suggestions to you. Okay, but for those of you that are in this for the weight loss, what I like to see is a nice downslope in each weekly weigh-in. So I know I comment about that. That's usually the first thing that I mention to you whenever I send those reports, and it's because it's just so important. If you're in this for weight loss, there's no reason why, if you're not following everything that you've been instructed to do now, why you shouldn't be having a weight loss curve or a weight loss line very similar to this on your charts. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments or anything that you'd like to suggest with this, please let me know. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing some good things from you guys on this page in the near future. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.